Hey, Hillside. Well, I hope you've been practicing being a rebel out there and coming off my message Sunday of being a rebel for Jesus and part of his rebellion. I wanted to add one more thing that Jesus says that is definitely counter to tradition and this way that we can be a rebel. And this one comes in Mark chapter 9. And he's traveling with his disciples, and when they arrive at their destination, Jesus asks what they were discussing along the way. And they don't say anything because they are a little ashamed. They know he's not going to be happy because they were arguing about who was the greatest. But of course, Jesus knows that this is what they were talking about. So he tells them, if anyone would be first, he must be last of all and servant of all. So this idea that if we want to be first, as part of this rebellion, we actually need to make ourselves servants of all. So being a servant is being a rebel. Now, that's not the easiest thing, right? That's counter to our nature too, to just serve everyone. And it's definitely not the easiest thing for me to do. But luckily, I have a great example to look at all the time because Cole is quite the servant and just has a huge servant heart. And being a servant is really voluntarily, in this way, and we're voluntarily doing it, submitting or making ourselves obligated to others. And we have to be a servant to all. So we are obligating ourselves to everyone else and trying to care for them and serve them and love them, show them the love of Jesus. And ultimately, we do this in an attempt to show them God's love and out of a desire to show them God's love and for them to receive that and receive him. So the ultimate act of service, right, would be serving, caring for their soul and their eternity. So that's what my call for you to add to being a rebel is go out there and look for how can you be a servant, who can you serve, what can you do to obligate yourself to another and serve them this week. We'll see you next time, Hillside.